Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Make sure my microphone is turned down and not too up. You are with Nights with Ping, live out of Melbourne, Australia. It is no longer Halloween here, but it is for some of our friends in the US and other places. So we're going to talk about uh, crimes that happened on Halloween. We're not going to do any spooky stuff. We're going to talk about crimes. So let me get set up and then we will talk about the first one. I'll get the camera on. How is everyone in the chat? Let me see if the camera is working or not. Hey guys, good to see you hanging out here in Melbourne. Glad people could make it. Thank you. And thanks to the people who have subscribed. I really appreciate it. For some reason, we lost like half of the people we gained yesterday. I have no idea why. But it's good to have other people subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And people in the chat. Who is here? Who's in the chat? Diane's always one of the first here. Hey, Diane. Fluffy Muffin and Two Broke, Vegemite Smile, Harley, Robin Lane. Hey, Robin Lane, how are you? Laura T. Red Like Wine had to go to bed. And let's see who else. Sienna's here. Sienna sent in a donation yesterday, right when the show ended. So I had to do it tonight. Sienna, thank you very much for that. She wrote a little message saying that the show yesterday helped her sleep and get to bed. I'm really thankful for that and helped her relax and from a really bad day. I'm sorry you had a bad day yesterday, Sienna. I really do. Hopefully today was a bit better. Gambler's here and what's going on? Laura T says, "Oh man, pings at 99, 499. One more tonight." Yeah, we're trying to get to that 1,000 mark so we can get to do memberships and fun things for you guys. But we can only do it when we get to 1,000. We've already got through the other limits. There's like other limits like watch hours and stuff. We've already broken all those. We're just struggling on the subscriber limit. Oh, I got an email saying we are at 500 subscribers. It just happened. Thank you to whoever was the 500th subscriber. I appreciate it. It is yeah, we're gonna keep going to the moon with Nights with Ping. All right, thanks for being here. Let's get into this. Now, you may be like, what is this, Ping? It's just blurry photos. And you'd be right. But apparently, it's cops chase over 100 teens over egg throwing pranks. So obviously they're doing a bit of trick or treating, more tricks than treating. But it says here, in a chaotic video posted to TikTok, one onlooker claimed officers were in pursuit of over 100 teenagers after multiple fights broke out and eggs were thrown at police cars in Avalon Beach in the city's north. In the video, which has amassed over 200,000 views, groups of teenagers can be seen shouting and sprinting in a park while two police officers follow behind. They use a lot of colorful language. OF, they're running C. One teen can be heard shouting. The video then cuts to show a crowd of teenagers walking out of the area before panning to a nearby car park where multiple police cars had flashing lights. In a statement to news.com.au, police said officers were called to northern suburbs of Freshwater, 20 kilometers from Avalon Beach, about 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, following reports of young people throwing eggs at vehicles. Officers attached to the Northern Beaches Police Area Command arrived to find a group of young people engaged in antisocial behavior. I'm not sure what else it would be, but there you go. That's the name for it, antisocial behavior. Police said they issued the group with a move on direction, which they complied with, and investigations are continuing. News.com says they understand the incident is the same one recorded in the TikTok video. Now, let me see if we can find the TikTok video for you guys to have a look at. I want to see if it's on here. Northern Beaches Area Command. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Let me see. All right, we can go here. There you go. There's all the kids running. The bloody speaker's not doing the right thing. There we go. That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of teenagers just milling about. It's a lot of cop cars too. Just seems like a bunch of kids being very naughty on Halloween night. I'm sure we all did stuff similar to that. Um, what's this one? 6 teenagers involved. Apparently the same day, there was a fatal car crash involving 6 teenagers. Oh my lord, look at that car. The car is no longer a car, it is scrap metal. That's very sad. So yes, the typical egging people on Halloween continues, and teenagers have not grown, out of it with the Gen Z or whatever. They are still throwing eggs at people on Halloween. So I thought I'd bring that story to you because, hey, why not? There's got to be some trick with the treating, right? Let me see what you guys have to say. Harley says, Ping, is that a new microphone? It sounds very good. Yes, it is a new microphone. I got it last week. The other one was not working 100% correctly all the time, and it was acting weird at times. Like it wouldn't connect and it wouldn't, like when I go into StreamYard, it would tell me I don't have a microphone. So I upgraded to this one here that you can see, this flashy one. And people have been saying it's better quality. So that is very good. Marlene Clausen. Hey, Marlene Clausen. Good to see you. She says in the US there would be gunfire. Maybe they maybe instead of throwing eggs at cars, they might have shot cars or throw paintball or something. Paintball cars. No, I could see that. Two Broke says that many kids is mischief for sure. Yeah, I think anytime you get a bunch of mostly boys and a few girls together in a park, like hundreds of them, you know, chaos is going to ensue at some point. It just seems to be the way it is. You can't get kids together and just have a, quiet time. They just want to run around and have fun. Robin Lane is here. Hey, Robin Lane, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Two Broke said, someone threw an egg at my dad while he was driving. He had a rather large huge bump, very dangerous to happen while driving. There was a story here about a year or two ago. A woman was driving on a freeway here, and some teenagers dropped I think it was a cinder block off the bridge on the overpass, and it went through her windshield and killed her. It was extremely sad, and I don't know if the kids really knew it was going to hurt someone that much, but poor lady was just driving to work and ended up having a cinder block come through her windshield, and it took her life, unfortunately. So anytime you have, you know, moving objects and things like that, and projectiles, it's not good. So even an egg could cause a bit of damage, I think. I don't know how much. It might shatter a windshield or something, but yeah, that was very sad when that happened to that woman. She was just minding her own business. Two Broke says, "Wow, just came in the window, a freak shot for sure." Yeah. Fluffy Muffin says, "In the UK, shops don't sell eggs and flour on Halloween to teens." Is that for real? They don't do that? It's sort of like they don't want kids doing pranks? That's very interesting. I didn't know that was like a restriction. They don't do that here, but we have other restrictions that teens can't buy. Things like deodorant and some spray canisters, spray paint, knives, um, whipped cream canisters. Not all teenagers can buy them, so I think you have to show ID. Let's see. All right, so that's it. I don't think the kids had really any, you know, any charges or anything. I think they just got told to go home, go home and stop causing trouble. Sort of like a boot up the ass. They were just told to go away. Let me get you another story. I hope you found that, sort of related to Halloween. I haven't seen that much. I know there was some gunfire going off somewhere in the US on Halloween. And then we had the shooting at that Halloween party on the weekend that we spoke about. Let's have a look. Oh, we spoke about that one. Hold on. Let me check for this link. Here it is. Here. A North Dakota woman has been charged with poisoning her boyfriend after he reportedly won a $30 million inheritance and planned to break up with her. Ina Thea Kanoa, 47, has been charged with felony murder in the death of Stephen Edward Riley Jr., 51, on September 5th. Minot police said Riley was initially brought to Trinity Health in Minot but was transferred to Bismarck Hospital where he died. Autopsy determined he died from poisoning. Detectives said they believe Kanoa had financial motives to murder Riley. Police records said that Riley became ill after meeting with his lawyers on September 3rd to collect a $30 million inheritance. Kanoa didn't call 911 until the next day, and paramedics found Riley unresponsive in the home. The autopsy said Riley had ingested antifreeze. The document said Kanoa told investigators she was entitled to the inheritance because she was Riley's common law wife, even though North Dakota doesn't recognize such relationships. She also said she planned to split with Riley's son. Okay. Investigators said Kanoa's poisoned Riley when he told her he was breaking off their relationship. According to court records, Kanoa is representing herself on a murder charge. Representing herself. That's always a mark of, clever people. You're going to represent yourself in possibly a death penalty case. Lori Vallow, you should go speak to her and see what she recommends. Let's have a look. I just want to see what you guys are saying. Harley says she's a psychic, and I don't know. I felt I had to say that. I'm also French, so I like saying papa. Oh, bonjour. Marilyn Landis is here. Hey, Marilyn Landis. Hey, how's it going? Top Secret to you is here too. Hey, Top Secret. Good to have you here. Candy Williams made it. Hey, Candy Williams. Thanks for making it. And Burnt Popcorn. Burnt Popcorn said, how did she plan to get up? Wait, did we switch screens? Yeah, we did. How did she plan to get the money? I think she was going to argue this particular thing here. Yeah. She was entitled to the inheritance because she said she was Riley's common law wife. In some places, common law wife and husband have the same kind of laws as a married couple. When they separate, they have to go through a similar thing where assets are split up, and uh, you know money is depends on who did what and this and that. So very, very similar. So maybe she thought she was going to get the money. So hey, Snap Crackle Pop, good to see you. Gambler made it here too. Hey, Gambler. Uh, Burnt Popcorn said, yeah, it's 10 years. Okay, that is a long period of time. I guess that would show that you are more like a husband and wife and not really like a boyfriend and girlfriend. Because after 10 years, it's basically the same thing, isn't it? There's just no wedding. Uh, yes. Why is this still showing that? Okay, there we go. I wanted to see if we had a video for you so you guys could see a little bit more about this woman. Hold on. In Ina Kanoa. Let's have a look. Because sometimes I feel like these videos can give you a better insight into what's going on with this. Maybe the New York Post can help us? Let's see. No. Let me have another look. It doesn't look like there's a lot of video based on this at all. It's really interesting. I would have thought there would have been way more. What about a local TV station? Yeah.
we're following multiple major stories tonight. First off, a woman is in custody tonight in the Ward County Jail on charges she killed her boyfriend by poisoning him. Minot police say they arrested 47-year-old Ina Thea Canoia for murder. Police say 51-year-old Stephen Riley Jr. died on September 5th in a Bismarck hospital. Investigators say they believe Canoyer had financial motives to kill Riley. She remains in custody in the Ward County Jail, awaiting a court appearance.
My son was scared for his life. That's how a mom described the moments a man allegedly held a gun to her 6-year-old boy's head in Manhasset on Saturday night.
It's very scary. What's going on? What's happening in this world?
In court documents, the woman tells authorities that she was in her vehicle while her son and daughter walked up the path to her daughter's friend's house on Rockcrest Road, rang the bell, and left candy. After they left, the little girl told her mom she thought they brought the goodie bag to the wrong house. So they went back, and the mom says she had her son run back up to the house to get the candy. That's when she said a man came out of the home and held a handgun to her son's head. Don't shoot, she says she yelled, telling authorities, quote, "It put me in fear for the life of my son." 43-year-old Michael Yifan Wen was arrested and charged with menacing and endangering the welfare of a child. According to court documents, the defendant said, quote, "Today I just wanted to scare them." Wen's attorney tells News 12 the family, including Wen's wife and 3 kids, have been on edge. He said there had been a couple of incidents where the doors of the home had been banged on at midnight and in the evening. The attorney says even on the night before this incident, 2 strangers knocked on the door and ran away. He says Wen's kids were terrified and no candies were left in any of those incidents.
Just as I got out of here, I whacked my microphone really hard, and it made it spin around my microphone stand, and that's why it's really low now. Jeez, this silly thing. There we go. It's not at the right height though. Yeah, very interesting. I think anytime you murder someone for money, it just shows who you truly are. Snap Crackle Pop Ping. We have an Amber Alert for a 3-year-old out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Let's have a look. I had a look at that trial someone mentioned in the chat. Okay, it says here, Little Rock, Arkansas. Police have located a three-day-old baby who was reported missing out of Little Rock Tuesday. Arkansas State Police member said the Little Rock Police Department requested the activation of an Amber Alert for a three-day-old Elijah Jackson Wayne Everett, but it says he's now been located, and I guess he's safe and sound. Yep, found safe. There you go. There you guys go. All safe. Baby being found. That happened at just before 10:30 p.m. So the baby is okay, and that is the mum, maybe. ASP officials identified the woman who allegedly took the child as 38-year-old Jessica Leona Keltner. So I don't know what her relationship to the baby is. Just a person who pinches babies? I don't know. But yeah, it does say that the Amber Alert has now been deactivated. Yeah, it's good news when they get one that comes home. That's really good news. Instead of reading on the news, baby's body found somewhere. It's horrible. It really is not very nice. Let me check something for you. Where is my other story? Here we go. So someone brought up in the chat this one. Web of lies and phone records dominate day 3 of the Charlie Adelson trial. Now, I don't know much about this one, but it says here, Catherine, one of 3 people already convicted in the murder for hire of Dan Markle, took the stand Monday to blame the hit on her ex-boyfriend, Fort Lauderdale dentist Charlie Adelson. Magborna, Benua, Magbenua, I hope that's how you pronounce her name, who got life plus 30 years in prison for her role in the plot, previously testified in 2019 when her trial ended with a hung jury, and last year when she was convicted of first-degree murder, conspiracy, and solicitation. Monday marked the first time she took the stand to testify on behalf of the state. Why tell the truth now? State Attorney Georgia Kappelman asked her. I believe that the truth needed to come out so that the family can get some type of closure, she said. There's a photo of her. Is that like a purple schmuck or like some sort of, yeah, it looks like an anti-harms schmuck? Something like that. Wearing a purple prison jumpsuit and glasses, she told jurors that Charlie Adelson came up with the idea to kill Dan Markle, a name she said she didn't know until long after the murder. She said that after she and Charlie went to a Halloween party in 2013, they got into a car to leave and broached the subject, though he didn't offer details at the time. He asked me, do you know of anyone that can harm someone? And I just said yes and kind of left it alone. Magbanua is one of three people convicted so far in the plot. Her common law husband, Sigfredo Garcia, and his close friend, Luis Riviera, a Latin Kings gang member who said Garcia pulled the trigger, are both in prison for the murder of Garcia. Wait, are both in prison for the murder, not for Garcia. Garcia is serving life sentence. Riviera, who took a deal, is serving 19 years. Still close to a life sentence, 19 years. Uh, Dan Rashbaum, a Miami attorney representing Charlie Addison, grilled her about her previous testimony when she denied all involvement and her pending appeal, in which she continues to claim innocence. He noted that the state had offered her deals in the past that would have kept her out of prison, but she didn't take them. The real reason you didn't cooperate and you made it clear is because Charlie Adelson had nothing to do with the murder of Professor Markle. Rashbaum said, isn't that the case? And she said, because to give up Charlie, I had to give up the father of my children, she said, and I couldn't do that. Markle, a 41-year-old law professor at FSU, was shot and killed the morning of July 18, 2014, after parking his car in the garage of his Trescott Drive home. Prosecutors say Charlie Adelson orchestrated the hit because of an ongoing child custody battle between his younger sister Wendy Adelson and Markle, her ex-husband. Wendy Adelson and her parents Donna and Harvey Adelson have been characterized by the state as unindictable co-conspirators in the murder. The family has long denied any involvement. There's a photo of Assistant State Attorney Georgia Kappelman. So they're saying under direct questioning, she testified that the information given to the hitman that included a photo of Dan Markle and his address was prepared by Charlie Adelson. She said he put it in a sealed manila envelope to give to the killers, but told her not to open it or look at it. She also shot down the defense's version of events that Charlie Adelson was innocent and the victim of a blackmail scheme by her and the killers, who carried out the murder on their own, hoping to get paid through extortion later. So this is a real twisted web of lies, money, and just harming someone. It's a really long article. I'm not going to read the entire thing, otherwise we'll be here for 200 years. But it seems like it's quite a good trial if you are interested in this type of thing. So it looks like they're on day 3 or day 4. And yeah, I'll put the link in the chat if you'd like to read the entire article about it. But thanks for giving me that trial, whoever did in chat. Let me see. Snapcrackle Pop says gangs have reached a new level here. I can remember no gangs. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Candy Williams says congratulations on 500 subs, Ping. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can stay there or get more. If we can get to the 1,000, that'd be really nice. But 500 is a nice achievement for now. And I appreciate it. I hope people find the shows interesting, even though they're late at night. Let me just check on this. All right. Let me find you a different story if I can. What? Did we talk about this one the other day? Yeah, we read about this one the other day, right? That guy's still on the run. We spoke about Kerry McDermott was a neighbor. She answered her door to find her neighbor's children asking for help because their father had killed their mother, and then he went on the run, dumped his car in like in a secluded area, and a hunter found it like the next day. Yeah, Pennington is Aaron Pennington. Let's have a look. We spoke about this case the other night. I hope people remember. Yeah. Search for, well, it always wants to show my emails. Search for Aaron Pennington resumes at Camp Collier on Tuesday. The search for Gardner man suspected of killing his wife will resume in the same area where his abandoned vehicle was located days after she was found dead inside the couple's home. Massachusetts State Police will resume its search of Camp Collier and the surrounding area for Aaron Pennington on Tuesday morning. The search will be by foot using canines. Crews previously searched roughly 175 acres, but are now expanding the search to more than 200 acres. Crews will not be returning to Lake Wampanoag Tuesday, where dive teams were sent Friday in the ongoing search for Pennington. Pennington 33 has not been located as of October 31st after officers found Brianne Pennington, 30, shot in the face in the couple's home at 42 Cherry Street on Sunday, October 22nd. The couple's children, aged 2, 5, 7, and 9, were at the home and ran to the neighbor's house, scared because they could not find their father, and their mother was in her bedroom crying. Around 9:14 a.m. on October 22nd, Kerry McDermott, a neighbor of the Penningtons, called 911 after the couple's 4 children came over to her house. Within 5 minutes, police arrived and found Brianne Pennington in bed in an upstairs bedroom with a gunshot wound to her face. She was pronounced dead at 9:30 a.m., and there was nobody else found in the home. Later on, a murder warrant was issued for Aaron Pennington 3 days later. Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early Jr.'s office announced on the Wednesday. Pennington was active duty with the U.S. Air Force from 2015 until 2022 and had transferred to the Air Force Reserves in the middle of 2022. He initially separated from the service altogether on February 17, 2023. Pennington's LinkedIn listed Raytheon Technologies, the missile weapon and military-grade defense company, as his most recent place of employment. A spokesperson for Raytheon Technologies confirmed to Mass Live that there had been an employee by the name of Aaron Pennington who had left in March, but would not confirm whether they were the same person being searched for by law enforcement. Wow. He's still on the run. Another person. I feel like we've had how many on the run recently? 3, 4 in the last couple of months. There's a big photo of his mug. If you've seen him in the local area, call it in. Guy needs to be captured for the stuff he did to his wife. That's disgusting. Shooting someone you're supposed to love in the face. It says disrespect. It really does. It's disrespect. Doesn't matter how much you hate your wife or whatever or want a divorce. Shooting her in the face is disrespectful. Let's have a look. Where's my friend Vegemite Smile? Oh, Vegemite Smile says they had a lot of trick-or-treaters. Okay, Kathy Lynch says, ping the router, check out my Halloween memory. Okay. Let's find it. Where's Kathy Lynch? Here. Okay, I can put it on the screen. That'll be better. Let's go up. There. It says, my sister and her friends went trick-or-treating around 13 years old, and one of my neighbors pulled a gun on them. After that, she was known as the gun lady. Oh my God. You'd probably be scared to go trick-or-treating again. Actually, Kathy, I don't know if you remember, but last week we had a story of a man who pulled a gun on like a 3-year-old while the 3-year-old was dropping off candy to neighbors. And yeah, dude ended up being charged with a crime and put through the jail system and processed because he pointed the gun at like a 3-year-old. I mean, so it happens, and I fully believe you. I would be scared to go knock on someone's door for years after that. It's interesting that you named her the gun lady. It's a very apt name. Hold on, let me check this for you guys. All right. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with Pennington. I hope they find him. And I hope they find him alive so that he can you know, so the family can have some justice for his very crap actions and very coward actions of shooting a woman in her bed. He is not a a good person or a real man. Real men don't shoot women in the face like that. That's what, subhumans do because they can't control their little emotional outbursts. Oh, I'm upset or whatever. I'm going to get a gun and shoot my wife. There's a thing called divorce, and you can walk away. Walk away. You don't love her anymore? Get a divorce. It'll hurt for a bit. It'll be over. 6 months, you don't have to see her face anymore. So there you go. Instead of shooting her in the face and then having to go on the run and dump your car and run through the bush for many weeks, a trip to a lawyer's office is you know, less on your life and her life. Just walk away from unhappy marriages. If we had that happen more, we'd have less murders of women in the home and domestic violence and things like that. But it's probably some sort of control issue. She probably wasn't doing what he wanted her to do, so he shot her. Because again, he can't control his emotions. Uh yeah, Pennington. Is this a new video? October, yes. Let's watch this update so I can have a drink.
Gardner, Massachusetts, the manhunt still has not turned up. A husband wanted for allegedly killing his wife. That couple had close ties to the Inland Empire. Police are searching for Aaron Pennington deep in the Massachusetts woods after a hunter found his car there. On Sunday, police say the couple's 4 children went to a neighbor's house for help. Police found their mother, Brianne Pennington, dead of a gunshot wound to the face in their home. Investigators say Aaron, an Air Force veteran, should be considered armed and dangerous. A Riverside woman who is Brianne's aunt says she thinks Aaron may be here in Southern California. She says the couple at one time lived in the Inland Empire.
Maybe he isn't here, but I feel that it's concerning to me that the public isn't made aware that there's a possibility he is here. And that is, I think, my main concern.
She says they'll be holding a memorial for Brianne in Riverside on November 11th. The Department of Children and Family Services has custody of the Penningtons' 4 children.
There you go.
So while the kids are out
Hey.
trick-or-treating tonight, the more adult Halloween celebration will be in West Hollywood.
Okay, West Hollywood. We don't need to know about that. Um, Lux asked, how was my Halloween? Well, it was alright. We don't really celebrate it down here, and I didn't see any kids out either. I mean, we have enough candy here to give to 100 kids, but I didn't see any, and none of them knocked on the door or anything like that, so. Lux said she was so pretty, that's probably why he targeted her face. Yeah, vanity or, trying to wound her in the worst possible way so her family can't have an open casket funeral, that type of thing. Very, very, you know, awful for someone you're supposed to have loved at some point. Let's see. Snap Crackle Pop says, I wonder if he self-harmed himself. Possibly. Just like with the shooter last week, maybe it was something, they found his body a few days later. maybe this is something similar because no one's seen him and there's been no sightings of him either. So maybe he went straight into like really deep in the bush and, something like that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because it didn't say if they located the firearm that killed her. They didn't mention that. That's an interesting thing we could try and find out whether they actually retrieved any firearms from the home or if they think he has it on him. Let's have a look. Um, yeah. It says here police say they have probable cause to believe a Massachusetts man murdered his wife after finding a note on his phone saying, "Put hole in her head." The suspect, 33-year-old Aaron Pennington, has been on the run since Sunday when his wife, Breanne Pennington, was found dead inside the couple's Gardner home, lying in bed with a gunshot wound to the head. Just trying to see if if they found a firearm. Here. Upon searching the couple's residence, police didn't find a firearm. Breanne Pennington was known to have owned firearms for protection. They did, however, find 3 spent shell casings in the bedroom. So they didn't find his firearms. They didn't find her firearm. So he must have them on him. And they didn't find it in the car that they found dumped either. So the theory that he may have, hurt himself in the bush somewhere, very possible. Vegemite Smile says, sorry you didn't get any trick-or-treaters, Ping. If you're ever in Sydney, come to Gladesville. It's where everyone goes. Oh yeah, I grew up in Sydney, so I know where Gladesville is. Let me have a look. What did Kathy Lynch say? She said that the teenagers scared that woman that they called the gun lady or gun woman. They said that she was frightened by the knock on the door. Yeah, I could get that, if you're not expecting it. People love to pull the firearm, don't they? Okay, so apparently searches will continue for Aaron Pennington tomorrow. Uh, if they haven't found him in that reserve, he must be somewhere else then. If they've searched 200 acres, that's a long, big search area. Let me just have a look. What? Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I was expecting a delivery and I thought that was it. Yeah, it still says out for delivery, so must not be the delivery guy. It's been out for delivery since this morning. Weird. Let me just check what you guys are up to. Snap Crackle Pop says, just don't think he is willing to go to prison. Me either. He probably knows, being in the military, how people are treated when they are, taken into custody. He probably knows well and truly how that works. Let me just have a look here if we can do one more. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Jordan Vandersloot's flight to Peru begins today following mechanical delay. Jordan Vandersloot is now on his way back to Peru after confessing weeks earlier in an Alabama federal court that he killed Natalie Holloway in 2005. According to a spokesperson for Natalie's mother, Beth Holloway, Vandersloot left on Tuesday on a flight back to Peru, where he will resume serving a 28-year prison sentence for the 2010 murder of another victim, Stephanie Flores. Vandersloot was initially scheduled to fly back to Peru on Monday, Police transferred him from the Shelby County Jail to Birmingham, Alabama, to the airport for extradition, but mechanical issues prevented the initial departure. Didn't he grow up to be just like the worst version of himself, right? When he was a bit younger, you could see why some of the ladies initially wanted to be around him, but he turned into a troll once he got older. As Crime Online previously reported, Vandersloot arrived from Peru in Birmingham in July to face charges related to the extortion of Natalie's family. The extradition stems from claims that Vandersloot bilked Beth out of bilked her out of 25 grand. As part of the plea deal in the extortion case, Vandersloot agreed to reveal what happened to Natalie. He has long been suspected of killing her, but he has never been charged with her murder. I still don't believe his confession. I think he just said whatever he thought they would accept, to get him on the plea deal. I don't think he told the truth because I don't think he wants her found. I don't think he wants her remains ever to be found. I really don't. And the easiest way he could say that was, "Oh, I put her in the ocean." But if he put her in the ocean where he's in the way he said he did, I believe she would have floated back to shore and people would have been able to find her remains. Like 2 days later or something, she would have floated back on the beach. It's happened so many times where killers have thought they're very smart and put bodies in water and they just float back to the shore because the tide pushes towards the shore and they float too. So I just don't believe his story at all, and his story doesn't make any sense. The fact that he took her out into, chest height water and then floated her away, no, not a chance. So this guy picked up an entire dead weight female and got her into the water from the beach. I don't know about that. And where's the drag marks and this and that? And it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, his confession. Woos, hey Woos. What'd she say? Oh, Candy Williams says, I don't believe him either, Ping. Lux says, she's laughing at the troll comment. Just trying to make sure I get everyone's comments because I don't want people to feel like they're not heard on my chat. I want people to feel like, they get that correspondence with me. There's a lot of channels out there where the host will only speak to people who send in super chats or donations and things like that. I hate that. I've been on those channels and I think everyone deserves to have their voice heard. And look, that might not work when you have like 5 million subs or something, but you could do a better job of including everyone. Even if you don't get to everyone, you could still include people who send in super chats or donations and people who can't. You can do a little bit of both. You should, be good to everyone. Kathy Lynch says, I was going to look into the Lindbergh kidnapping. Is that something you would cover? You mean like the old one from back in the 1900s? You mean the baby? From 1932? I know a little bit about it, not a lot. Snap Crackle Pop says, good night, all. Sweet dreams, everyone. Thanks for being you, Ping. Thanks, Snap Crackle Pop. Have a good sleep. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, we're going to wrap up here in a second. Hopefully from next week, we can actually do some more early shows where I'll be on around 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Western. So that'll be good. I think that'll be a lot more fun for people. I think people would like to be on a little earlier. Yeah, Kathy Lynch, we could do a show on the Lindbergh kidnapping and the eventual finding of the baby. It's a really interesting story about how they found the guy with the notes or something and they were able to track it back. Two Brooks says, any animal pictures sent in? No, our friend from last night didn't end up sending any of the photos in. I'm not sure why or why she got a little upset about it, but I was happy to do it for her, but she didn't want to. That was That was Kibby. I don't know why she sort of just said don't worry about it, but yeah. Harley says Ping is my new pet's stuffed toy because of Ping. What? I don't know what that means, Harley. Wu says that would be good Ping because US goes off daylight savings this weekend, so it would be 16 hours to the East Coast. Yeah, we've been sort of waiting on it so I can go earlier in the day because it's hard to go around 4 o'clock Australian time. Hey, Kazatia. It really is good to see you. You just woke up? We're just about to finish up for the night. I'm sorry about that. I'm sure you'll watch the replay. Ah, Harley says I give names to my stuffed animals for my dog. And she said she called one of them Ping. That's pretty funny. You'll have to send me a video of you like throwing the toy to the dog and going, "Go get Ping. Go get your toy Ping." There you go. And we normally have Margaret in here. Margaret has her little chihuahua Vinny with her, but she's not here tonight. She might be in the replay comments. Before we go, Zelda, your comments are disappearing from my dashboard. She leaves these long comments and then they just disappear. She left a really funny one last night. I saved it in my like inbox, and I went to go reply to it today, and it was gone. So I'm not sure what's going on with Miss Zelda or Mrs. Zelda. Kathy Lynch said the baby was never found, right? No, I think the Lindbergh baby was found, right? I think they did find it, but it was dead. Yeah, May 12th, 1932, the body of the kidnapped baby was accidentally found partially buried and badly decomposed, about 4.5 miles southeast of the Lindbergh home. The coroner examination showed the baby had been dead for almost 2 months and that his death was caused by a blow to the head. There is an FBI historical website for this. I can put it in the chat for you. There you guys go. You can read that, or Kathy can read that if she'd like. Has the whole thing in the FBI investigation. And although I don't think the FBI was called the FBI back then, I think they were called something different. Vegemite Smile says, in the Lindbergh case, didn't they execute a guy who might have been innocent? There's some suggestion that it could have been his landlord instead of him, but I'm not 100% sure. It's something I'd have to do more research on. But I know that they found the ransom money on him in his home or something like that. So they thought that he did it. And of course, it's 1932. They don't have DNA back then. Sorry about that. I had to fix something. Hey, retired RN. She says, I've been listening at 1.5 speed and have finally caught up. Just in time to say goodbye. Thanks for watching, Retired RN. I really appreciate it. And to the people who subscribed tonight, got us to 500. I really, really appreciate it. Stick around. We're going to do some more things over the coming weeks. And to the people who unsubscribed over the last 24 hours, look, that's fine. I'd like to know why or what you don't like about the channel, because how am I going to improve the channel if you guys just disappear and don't say what's wrong? So yeah, leave a comment if you want to unsubscribe. At least it'll allow me to fix things in the future. Weird. Okay. No, Gambler, what's wrong? Oh, Caitlin Armstrong's trial starts tomorrow. She killed her boyfriend's pro bike rider girlfriend. She killed her boyfriend's what? She killed her boyfriend's pro bike rider girlfriend. Hold on. Caitlin Armstrong. What we know about the yoga teacher on trial for murder. After a lengthy international fugitive hunt and one thwarted jailbreak attempt, Texas yoga instructor Kathleen Armstrong is on trial for the murder of 25-year-old cycling star Anna Moriah Mo Wilson. On May 11, 2022, Wilson, who was visiting Texas from San Fran for a biking competition, was shot dead at a friend's residence in Austin. Days after her death, authorities issued an arrest warrant for Armstrong, who they believe had been motivated by romantic jealousy. On the evening leading up to Wilson's murder, the cyclist had met up with Armstrong's boyfriend, fellow professional cyclist Colin Strickland. He and Wilson had been briefly involved while Strickland and Armstrong were on a break and became friends after he reconciled with the yoga instructor. Strickland purchased two 9mm handguns for herself and Armstrong just months before the shooting, explaining to police that he gave his girlfriend the gun, which authorities believe to be the same one used in the murder, for her protection and self-defense. The case shook the cycling world and garnered a wave of media attention, including a New Yorker story and a controversial feature in Outside magazine written by a friend of Strickland's. Oh, this could be a good trial. If you are interested in the trial, starts tomorrow. I'm sure Law and Crime will be on it. And here's a link to the article that I was just reading from. It's a really long article. So if you want to catch up on the case, I think that has all the information in it. Kathy says, hold on. Kathy says, I always feel heard and welcome here. You are so kind to everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want a channel where people can feel like they can come here and relax, talk about what they want to talk about, and get some true crime in and not feel under pressure. It's supposed to be just a fun hangout for people. So, Lux says, maybe they didn't unsub on purpose, Ping. A lot of people get unsubbed automatically for some reason. Yeah, it was just really weird. It was only like one happened like late last night, and then one happened like 10 minutes before Trish went live. So that's all right. We'll get them back. We'll get them back. We'll convince them that they should come back here and hang out with us. We'll get them eventually. All right, that's it for tonight. How long did we do? About an hour. And we'll be back tomorrow night, similar time for more true crime up late. I'm gonna watch some of these trials tomorrow, and then we'll talk about it when we get back on. So I hope you had a really nice Halloween and got a lot of candy. Eat all your candy. Maybe eat it over like time. Don't eat it all today, otherwise you won't have candy next year. I know some kids like to do that. They're like one candy every 2 months. So yeah, have a great night. I know it's late. Get to bed, and we'll see you tomorrow for more true crime fun and games on YouTube. So good night, everyone. Hope you had a great Halloween and you're nice and safe and all that fun stuff. And until tomorrow, I'll see you then. Nights from Ping is over. Good night, and thanks to the replay crew and Moonlight View for moderating when she's here, and to the people who show up on every show. I really appreciate it. I see you here every live show, and I know who's here, so I appreciate you guys. Good night, everyone. See you later.